Great. Good morning, everybody. All right, so we are going to get started. I'm Karen Kriegel with the New Hampshire Center for Nonprofits. And again, you're welcome to introduce yourself in the chat. Today is Maximize Your Center membership, and we are going to talk about the Chief Executive Roundtables. And would love to have our experienced people start by introducing your name, your organization, and why you decided to join the Chief Executive Roundtable. I'll pose a second question after we take turns doing that, and then we'll open it up to see what questions people have for you. The Chief Executive Roundtables, there's three of them. We have a new, which is for executives who are under 3 years experience. We have an experienced group and we have a virtual group. They meet monthly, October through June. They are 2-hour sessions. Our typical agenda is a check-in and win for your last month, requests for recommendations, any burning issues that you have going on that you want to pose to the group. And then if we have time, we get to a monthly topic that the group has selected the month before. So that's the basic agenda and structure. And I am going to call on you, Peggy, to share first, if that's okay.
Oh, that's perfectly fine. Hi, I'm Peggy Henley Maniatis, and I'm the Executive Director at the Wright Museum. I joined the ED Roundtable because even though I had been an Executive Director before, it was in another state. And when you leave your home and you come to a new place, you had to rebuild all of your networks. And this was incredible in meeting so many EDs across the state, getting to know the state, and also to be able to have a core group to be able to go to ask questions. Because even though you think, oh, you're very familiar with what happens to an ED and what happens in the nonprofit world, it varies from state to state. So having this group to lean on was incredible during my first year here.
Thanks, Peggy. Um, I am looking through our list. Let's see. I don't see Julie here. Is Michelle here? Michelle. Hi, Michelle. You are on mute. Michelle, you're on mute.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I apologize. I joined a little late today, but I cannot emphasize how beneficial going to the executive roundtable has been. I wish I was there from the first year I started working. It just makes you feel like you're not alone. That there are other executive directors because sometimes it's lonely when you're working in that role. And so it really is helpful to ask questions, get feedback, support, validation regarding to health insurance, employee issues, to fundraising. So I have found it very beneficial. I'm planning to join again just because there's that good connection there.
Thanks, Michelle. Jane, are you willing to share?
Yes, I'm the one with the technical issues, so I did figure it out. It's something I
Okay.
pushed, not you. I apologize. I'm Jane Goodman. I'm the Executive Director of the Nashua Soup Kitchen and Shelter. And I did the roundtable the year before last, so as a new Executive Director. And I do plan on now I'm hit my 3 year mark, so I think I'm going to the 3+ one. I just wrote it down on my little list here. So save me a spot if I don't remember to sign up. I'm interested. It was a great experience for me, for a lot of the reasons already mentioned, that there are just real management issues and board issues and issues in general that it's just great to toss around the table, because people did, even in the new executive director area, had different levels of experience. So maybe someone like you, Peggy, was already there, had already been an executive director, but those were really helpful insights to have based on other experiences. So for me, it was just very helpful. And it also exposed me to a lot of the resources that you just went through, Karen, because I use a lot of them.
Thank you. And Julian, I see.
Hello.
There you
Yes,
go.
I was. Hi. Can you hear
Hi.
me?
Yes.
Great. Julian Long, Executive Director for the Arts Council of Tamworth, and I was a member of last year's Seacoast cohorts. I work obviously in Tamworth, but I live in the Seacoast, so that was a little more convenient to me, and it was a great experience and really worthwhile. We're a small organization with a bare bones budget, but absolutely worth the money. Um, and echoing what some other folks have said, the ability to share with executive directors in similar positions, similar levels of experience. Um, our organization doesn't really have employees, but discussions of volunteer management came up, and certainly relationships with boards and fundraising, and just all the things that we're always dealing with. Um, and so, really valuable.
Great. So I think that was everybody who had been in the roundtable before. So my second question. Oh, Sylvia, sorry.
Well, I had been in it years ago and I just found it so helpful. And I will, ditto what Jane said. It was just so helpful bringing up issues, having questions, hearing what other people were doing. I remember just taking notes, copious notes about everything, what people were saying and ideas that they had. So I just really appreciated it. Very
Thank
worthwhile.
you. So my second question, then we'll take questions from everybody else, is um, what kinds of burning issues came up that people were able to problem solve in real time? Does anybody have an example of some type of thing? I don't want you to disclose like all the details, but so I know that Michelle, I don't know if you're willing to talk about it, but you were having an event for the first time. You're muted again. You're muted.
Keep it on. Thank you. Um, I work for Northeast Deaf Hard of Hearing Services, and I started my position 5 years ago, but we were celebrating our 25th anniversary. So we had our first event. Instead of having a gala, we had an expo, inviting the community. And there was a lot of like questions I had to ensure they would be successful, and got a lot of feedback from the people that were involved. We had an executive director on how I could do it or looking at it from different perspectives. I got a lot of support from you, Carrie. I really appreciate in navigating and putting together a big expo where we did have 475 people show up. Um,
Great. Thank
anything
you.
I should add to? I'm trying to think about. Yeah.
Thank you. So what questions do people have about the roundtables? You can feel free to unmute.
Should I raise
I'll
my?
give one if you go ahead.
No, you
Lewis.
could go. You could go.
I was going to say, it is a commitment, but it's so worth it. It's hard to carve out that one day out of the month to make the trek and to get there and to commit to it, but you'll find in the end that it is so worth the time and the effort.
Lewis?
That kind of answered my question. I was just kind of curious what the commitment is. So one day a month. Is it a full day? Is it a couple hours?
It's 2 hours. We do not have the schedule up, but we should have the schedule up. By July, it will be open. And so we're looking at Fridays from 9 to 11. We do encourage that you come in person and that you blame it on me or the center, but you stay as long as you need to stay, take a long drive home, fill up your cup, make it time for you. Some people go out to lunch together afterwards, to just, it's executive director, chief executive time to just fill up your cup. So is the opportunity to join virtually if you can't make it for weather reasons or because you have another event or a meeting or something like that. But in my experience, the in-person has been the most valuable for people. Of course, we do have an all virtual group, and we're going to continue doing that because it helps with accessibility for people who are more than an hour away. So